Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Tristan again. And today's video I'm going to be showing you how to use ArcTool and ArcTool Manual, or as I like to call it, ArcTool Classic, for Dead Rising on the PC. So, first things first, you want to go to your Steam, search for Dead Rising. Why is my keyboard not working? Right-click, Manage, Browse Local Files. Go ahead and minimize that for now. You're going to want to download a few things. I'm going to leave links to everything we'll be using in the description. You're going to make sure you have Dead Rising EX installed. So you're just going to want to select everything and drag it into your directory. I already have it, so I'm not going to do that again. When you're using Dead Rising EX, make sure that you go into your native Win64 directory and make a new folder titled Mods. Doesn't have to be case sensitive or anything like that. Just make sure you make this folder yourself manually. Otherwise, things won't work. So once you get that out of the way, you're going to want to download ArcTool, which is the current UI-based variant of ArcTool, which is in my opinion, the easier one to use. So make a folder wherever you'd like. Extract the contents there. Okay. Open the exe. Now, what you want to do here, File, Open, and then navigate to your Dead Rising directory. So in my case, it's Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Dead Rising. Click OK. Oh, sorry. You have to also select the native Win64 folder. Dead Rising, native Win64. OK. All right. Now from here, you can select any ARC file that you want to load manually, individually. Clear all and select the ones you want, or in this case, we're just going to do all of them for the sake of the video. Do load selected. Okay. Now, these are all the games files loaded. Okay, so from here, we're going to navigate to our texture for the title screen. So I'm going to cut to when I find that. Okay, so for some reason, the texture for the title screen is failing to open in the texture converter. So I'm going to use something else. I'm going to cut again to where I find what I'm going to edit. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to edit Frank's textures. So the directory would be model, PL00, and then here's his face texture. So we're just going to use only his face texture for this. We're going to do extract, and then make a new folder wherever you want. I already made one on my desktop called title00 for the title texture, but it did not work. So I'm just going to put it in that folder where I had originally planned. Okay, so now there's our texture file. Now what you're going to want to do is download the D3DR for PC. Extract that wherever you'd like. Drag your R texture on top of it. Run. And then it'll convert your texture to a DDS file. And then you're free to edit with whatever software you'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and make a simple edit and go from there. Okay, so once you got your texture open, you're going to delete the bitmaps. Make whatever edit you'd like. So I'm just going to, I don't know, just going to do some squigglies. Just to prove that this works. So once you made your edits, you go File, Export As, make sure it's a DDS file, replace the one you were editing. Compression, ArcTool will tell you what compression any texture is in, or if it has bitmaps. So it's going to be DXC5 compression, and it has 10 bitmaps, so you're going to do Generate bitmaps and then Export. Okay, and that's it. So from there, you can just drag your edited DDS. Okay, so I missed a step. I'm not sure why I wasn't thinking here. So before you can actually put your texture in the game, you need to copy the one that you want to edit to archive. So right click, copy to archive, make a new archive, because this is going to make you a custom arc file. So we're just going to title it text test. Okay. All right. And once that's done, you're going to go up here, mods, your text test arc, model, PL00, and then your texture. It makes the folder structure and everything for you. So from here on, you can either right click, inject, or go find your DDS file, or if you want to be faster, you can just drag and drop it. Even if it's just a DDS file, it'll automatically convert it for you. So now once we test this in game, it should work. So we'll go ahead and test that real quick. Let me go ahead and boot up the game. Actually, don't forget to, when you open Dead Rising EX, open settings. These are all previous mod stuff. Enable your test mod, and then click play. And then I'll see y'all in the game. All right, so once you load it in, as you can see, our mod did in fact work. So that's part 1 successfully finished. So let's go ahead and start part 2, which will be the manual version of ArcTool, or as I like to call ArcTool Classic. Okay, so what we're going to do now is you're going to open your ArcTool 2.0 zip file, which is, this is the manual version. You're going to make a folder wherever you'd like. Call it, I don't know, Classic ArcTool. Whatever you prefer. Extract it into there. Okay, now you're gonna create your Arc files paths on your own. So this will require a little bit more knowledge of how the in-game file structure works. So I'm going to edit the hand texture for Frank. So internally, Frank's player textures are all going to be located in arc-rom system_common. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to extract them using the old ArcTool. But what you would do is just take this ARC file, copy it over to the manual folder, drag it over the exe, and it'll open it into a folder. And you can delete everything but the textures you want to edit, or the files that you want to edit. But what I'm going to do here is, if you're going off memory and you're just making a texture, what you can do is, I'm going to call this one test2. Okay, so we're going to copy the file path. So model pl00. So you're just going to make another folder, model pl, and then pl00. Okay, and you can get your textures again from, you know, taking the actual files from the game and using ArcTool that way, but I'm just going to extract them using the faster method here. So we're going to export it to our folder. We're going to do, where was it? Classic ArcTool, test2, model pl00, save. Okay, and now from here, you're going to want to use your D3DR exe again. So just drag and drop on top of the exe, run. Okay, it's going to create another DDS file. Load bitmaps. I still suggest using the normal ArcTool because all this information is very useful, because without it, you're just kind of guessing. So DXT5, 10 bitmaps. So again, we're just going to, I don't know, we're going to make his hands solid red. Just, you know, just make them red. Just for the sake of the video here. Delete all the bitmaps. Okay, export, replace, and then DXT5, generate bitmaps again. Okay, and now our texture is done. Now here's where it gets a little bit different here. So you can't just compile the ARC file with a DDS file. And so what you're going to do is delete your old ARC texture file, because you're not going to need that anymore. Drag the DDS file back on the D3DR exe again. This is very important, because if you don't, it's just going to crash if you try to compile it. Okay, it's going to generate a new one. So now you can delete the DDS, go back to ArcTool, the manual version, drag your folder over the manual ArcTool, run, and now there's your new ARC file. So you're going to go to your Dead Rising directory, your mods folder, and then drag the ARC file over, copy it, or just move it. Okay, and now we're ready to test again. So since these both override Frank, one will load in priority over the other. So, I mean, obviously to avoid this, you can just put both textures in the same ARC, but just because these are two different methods, I'm just gonna, you know, have two different ARC files. So I'm just gonna disable the old one and go to the hand one that we made. Click OK, play, and then I'll see you in game again. Okay, so as you can see, now Frank's hands are very, very red. I guess he's had one too many hot Cheetos. That was awful. Anyway, so as you can see, that works perfectly. So that should conclude our tutorial. Hopefully this was useful to anyone who is interested in getting into modding Dead Rising. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.